Hey guys, Cameron here. Welcome back to Cam's Corner. This week's video will be a bit different. It's more of a life vlog. I wanted to show you guys what it's like to attend a film festival. As you can see, I'm currently in a hotel room. I'm actually in London in the UK. Our comedy action short film Spider-Chan, which is a Spider-Man and Jackie Chan mashup fan film, was selected at the Fighting Spirits Film Festival in London. Fighting Spirits is a martial arts and action film festival. Every September at the Stratford Picture House in East London, they have a weekend-long action-packed film festival where they showcase feature films and short films, all in the action genre from filmmakers all around the world. Also, if you haven't seen our short film Spider-Chan, it's available on my other YouTube channel, Cam's Creations, which is where I post all my shorts. I'll put a link to it in the description. So that's it for the intro. I'm excited to attend the film festival and hope you guys enjoy seeing what a film festival is like. Let's head to the festival. The Fighting Spirits Film Festival was held at Stratford Picture House in East London. I booked a hotel that was just 1 block away from the theater, so I could walk to the festival very easily. Day 1 of the film festival started out with a 2-hour block of short films. Some of my favorites were a Polish short film called Art of the Crossing by this wonderful director named Tobias, who I got to hang out with at the film festival, a Finnish samurai action comedy called Spirit Hunters, and the South Korean stop-motion animated short film Puppet Story. After the short film block, we had a short break and I got to mingle and hang out with many of the fellow filmmakers who were at the festival. The festival had a really cool festival booklet with information about all the films, and it was very cool to see Spider-Chan have its own little section in there. The next film block was for Donnie Yen's latest wuxia epic, Sakura. But before Sakura, we got to screen our action comedy short film Spider-Chan. Spider-Chan got to be the Pixar-style lead in short film before Sakura. After months of watching Spider-Chan on my computer monitor, it was very surreal to finally see it in a movie theater with an audience on a big cinema screen. What's special about watching a movie in a theater with live audience is that you get to hear the live reactions from the audience, whether it's laughs in reaction to a comedy beat or cheers in response to a great action sequence. And then when the credits finally rolled, there was some great applause and some cheers, so it was very gratifying. And it felt like the hard work that my wonderful team and performers and I put in really paid off in that moment. Then it was time for Donnie Yen's latest martial arts epic, Sakura. Sakura is based on a classic Jin-Young wuxia novel that I actually grew up reading, and it truly has some of the most insane kung fu action sequences I've ever seen. I would describe the action in Sakura as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon on steroids. The sheer amount of destruction and just the insanity of the wire stunts and just the number of bodies that Donnie Yen just kicks and punches across rooms is crazy. So if you haven't seen Sakura, I think it's available to rent or purchase on iTunes and Amazon and Google Play. Definitely go check it out. After that was another short break, and this time, because it was right after the block where my film screened, a bunch of other filmmakers came up to me and then we got to talk about Spider-Chan. So it was really fun to talk to other action filmmakers and just sort of share my experience and hear what they liked about Spider-Chan. And that's the best thing about film festivals, is that you get to hang out and meet other creatives who also make movies. And then you can do a deeper dive into the process of an experience of making something. And then it was time for Michelle Yeoh's classic film, Yes, Madam. This film is the film that actually put Michelle Yeoh on the map. It solidified her as a kung fu movie star. If you haven't seen Yes, Madam, the last 30 minutes are just an action masterclass, and the fact that Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock did all of their own stunts, truly, you're missing out if you haven't seen it yet, so definitely go check it out. And then I took a short afternoon nap in my hotel because I was still jet lagged from traveling from Los Angeles to London. After the nap, I was re-energized and ready for a night of more movies. The first movie of the night was a film from the Netherlands directed by Fruke Tan. It was a wonderful coming-of-age film with a great message and great performances from young actors. And that was followed by what was apparently the first ever Iranian-Finnish action movie called Layers of Lies. And that film was an insane adrenaline thrill ride with non-stop action with some fantastic stunts and crazy action sequences. I especially enjoyed the behind-the-scenes bloopers that played during the credits, similar to how Jackie Chan always had bloopers for his movies play during the credits, you could really appreciate how much hard work went into designing and orchestrating all of the insane stunts. And after hanging and chatting with more filmmakers after the screenings, it was time to head to bed and get ready for day 2. Day 2 started out with another short film block with some wonderful short films. 2 of my favorites from that block were Varadan from India, inspired by a local folk hero, and a mind-bending cyberpunk kung fu stop-motion short film called Innermost from China. After the short films, there was a martial arts demo by a few Filipino Kali/Eskrima experts. Kali is a traditional martial arts from the Philippines which emphasizes weapon-based fighting with sticks and knives, and various improvised weapons. After the martial arts demonstration and a short break, it was time for more movies. First off was an extremely entertaining comedy action short film, Chopsticks, directed by a filmmaker named Aiden Sussex, who I got to hang out with and meet at the film festival. It was inspired by old school Hong Kong cinema, but especially Stephen Chow's slapstick action comedy movies. It was really funny, and you could definitely tell that the audience at the festival really enjoyed it. That was followed by an epic Malaysian martial arts film called Walid. And the first hour of the film is a engaging drama about a teacher in rural Malaysia and the bond he forms with his students, and especially a young girl who becomes kind of a surrogate daughter for him. When the young girl and a bunch of other children are kidnapped by child traffickers, the teacher teams up with a few police officers, and they basically fight these human traffickers in a hour-long non-stop fight sequence. It goes from 1 versus 1 fight scene with a guy with an axe, to a guy with a sword, to a 2v2 fight scene, to a fight scene in a brick factory, to a fight scene in a tunnel. Just basically a large variety of different locations and weapons and different matchups. And the film truly has some of the most inventive and brutal and creative action design I've seen since the Raid films from Indonesia. And just as the Raid films highlighted Indonesia's traditional martial art, Silat, Malaysia also has its own version of Silat, which was featured heavily in this film. And then the final film of the festival was a Brazilian stoner kung fu comedy called Smoke Master. It was a really funny and fun twist on the classic Jackie Chan film Drunken Master. It works both as a great stoner comedy as well as a classic hero's journey kung fu film. And then after the film, it was time to say my goodbyes to all the filmmakers I met at the film festival. This festival in London really gave me an opportunity to meet so many filmmakers from across the world who I probably wouldn't have been able to meet otherwise. So thank you to Fighting Spirits Film Festival for introducing everybody and connecting all of these wonderful filmmakers for this one weekend. So, that was a recap of my fantastic weekend at the Fighting Spirits Film Festival in London, where we screened our Spider-Man and Jackie Chan fan film. As many of you know, I've been posting shorts and skits on YouTube for over a decade now, and I absolutely love the purity of making something and then uploading it to the internet so an audience online can watch it immediately. However, as a filmmaker, there is something extra special about watching a movie you and a team worked really hard to make on a big cinema screen surrounded by a live audience. Also, as a lifelong fan of Hong Kong Kung Fu cinema, to screen a Jackie Chan fan film I made in front of the latest Donnie Yen wuxia epic that is directly followed by a Michelle Yeoh action classic is truly a dream come true. A massive thank you to the whole Fighting Spirits team, Sue, Wang, Jesse, John, and more, for organizing such a fantastic festival. I'll also be attending many more festivals and screenings for various projects of mine in the future. Let me know if you want to see me document my experiences at those events as well. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions on how to make videos like this more engaging or informative. Feel free to put your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this week's vlog, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.